Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to, I think it's around 3-something out here. The snow that was supposed to be here much earlier is just now hitting. It's been blasting Vancouver at work and stuff. But, yeah, the highest it ever got today, I think it made it to 25 or 26, somewhere around in there. It's like 23 now. But, anyway, that right there is an ice puddle. So what do you do with ice? Take an RC car out in it. I think it's ice. Oh, no, it was thin. It was just a layer. All I'm gonna do is end up tipping this thing over out here. It's pretty cool looking though, isn't it? I think that old high trail, she's got enough weight, she's probably gonna make a mess out of it. The diffs are locked. Must have had it like that last time I ran it. Since the last time it snowed, I took my K10 out here last year, so I figured let's get Kelly's out here and go play. Oh, I've got her. Well, I should probably leave that on. Kick up the speed here a little bit. The kids out there playing on their dirt bikes. Good Lord. That thing in second, or high speed, whatever you call it. Oh, I'm not even pointing the camera. I'm having so much fun. I'm not letting you guys see any of it. It's crazy. Crazy the speed that son of a gun gets to, isn't it? Whoa, that was almost tip over. See what she looks like up close here. That thing just lights them right off, doesn't she? She almost did a wheelie out there. A little snow bunny. What do you think there? Oh, F-150. Oh, she's all frozen. I'll have to get that little small leaf blower and blow it all off. Otherwise, it'll just turn into water in the house. Boy, that sure cleans the tires off quick, doesn't it? Danny over there barking at me. I think he wants me to chase him or something. Too much fun. Wow, Flat got some cold hands, I can tell you that. That's too much daggone fun. Well, it's starting to get pretty. I mean, look at the snow that's collecting on my controller out here. Plus, my hands are getting cold. That's just too much fun. Be careful goosing around. Yeah, goosing around out here because you're going to catch them rocks underneath there. And they'll flipper. There you are. Oh, Terry, that's one of your thumb wheels there. I was going to put the pink on there, but I'll reserve that for Kelly. They are cool, though. This battery, like, definitely need to be charged, but I wasn't going to wait for a battery charge, so I just threw her in there. So she may sign off at some point. Alright, I'm getting cold. Everything's getting covered in snow. So maybe I'll call it that on the frolicking around out in the snow. But that is too much fun, though. Holy moly. So last night when I was letting this thing run and go through its cycle, I was cleaning off the tank with one of my microfibers, and sitting out here, and I'm just wiping away, and all of a sudden, what's that smell? I go, oh no! So I'm feeling underneath to see if I nicked that little O-ring. That green O-ring's kind of long. It's behind it. Then there's the yellow in the middle, and then there's the one at the outside, which is kind of like a dust cover more than anything else. It looks like it anyway. So anyway, I'm feeling for fuel leaking and whatever. I can't figure it out, so I'm just wiping along, and I'm going, man, I still smell it. So I come around, I flip that daggum rag around and hit that head pipe. See all the dullness in it? Yeah, that's microfiber. It was all boom. So I took a towel right quick. I don't know which one it was. This is the one I was using. You can see where I was burning the towel trying to wipe it while it was hot. So I was able to smear through, and yeah, look at this where I got real hot. And you can see, look at the shape of the microfiber. That's funny. So while it was smoking hot, I was trying to get it off. So what I was going to try first is use some Neverdull. You got to make sure everything's clean. If there's any dirt on there, the Neverdull is not that bad, but if you use some real fine steel wool, but you got to be so careful because that will etch the chrome. It'll take the shyness out of the chrome. With the Neverdull, if you never used that stuff before, it's kind of a chrome polish. Let me grab the can and open it up here right quick. I hate to think how many years I've been using this stuff. So it's almost like fiberglass. It has a polish in it, and it works amazingly well. So let me see if I can. Well, let me see if I can. Let me just get this thing out so I can easily get behind it. And we'll see what we can do with this thing. That's a bummer, man. Just wasn't thinking about that header just being that low, that close to the bottom of the tank. And that towel is pretty big. So, yep, all it takes is a split second to touch that exhaust. And the microfibers go woof, off they go. All right, let me pull her out here right quick. Yeah, that doesn't look very good. That's the one little spot. You can see the discoloration of it in a circle there. And the microfiber's not, it's coarse now. It doesn't have that super smooth. Let's do it. So, yeah, one little spot. There's no chunks left of it. Oh man, there's a little one up there that I didn't notice. Dadgummit. Let me go in macro mode here right quick. Just smooth as, uh-oh. Yeah, that's that one spot. There you are. You can see it, I think. Imagine that's got the shape of them little fibers. The rest of this is just absolutely smooth. Just hope you can get the gloss back to it. Let's try the Neverdoll and see what she does here. What you think on that? Took a little polishing with it, but it all came out. Old Neverdoll. She never ceases to amaze you. And any guys that have Royal Enfields, you know, they buff these things. And obviously it's a buffing gun. Sometimes they like burn a little bit of the polish in spots. And man, that Neverdoll works great. Just a little wad of it and go in there and knock those little pieces out. I mean, they do a good job. I think sometimes you can find spots. I definitely found it on the 650. I think I found a couple on the other side there, but yeah, just a little bit of Neverdoll. And hey, we're being watched. Who is that guy? Yeah, I'm glad that worked out good. But the main thing is get that thing off. And I know I've got some really, really fine steel wool. Do not put that on header pipes. That's enough heat. It can actually, the head pipe can have enough heat. It'll set that off. And if you're not wearing leather gloves or something, yeah, it just doesn't work very well. And the steel wool, I promise you, will scratch the chrome. I'll leave that, I don't know how to explain. You know how it gets, you know, even, you know, like your tank, how just perfect all that chrome is, and your wheels and stuff like that. And you, over time, if you don't clean it before you wipe it down, you know, those scratches will show up. It's like chrome is almost like glass. It's really strong and everything, but over time, it just leaves the marks in there. So you be very careful, you know, like the little water spots and stuff there. Be very careful while you're cleaning that stuff off. See, there's water spots all over the fender there too. So, and that's going along the you know, the fork cover, or fork covers and stuff. Just don't go crazy cleaning that stuff off. You know, if nothing else, you know, something like a super soft microfiber, and, you know, spritz that thing with a little bit of soap and water. Get it loose. Because anytime you're moving dirt underneath even the softest towel, you can damage things. That's why, like when I hand wash them, it's always in soapy water and a microfiber. I don't use any of those whiz bang, you know, towels everybody say is safe. I use a microfiber towel, just regular old microfiber. Get it wet, and launder that thing after you do it, because the dirt from you washing the bike, it will end up in there. Don't, you know, secondhand use that as a polishing rag until it's been washed. Don't hang it out to dry and use it again, because there's things in there you don't see. And like at the shop, you gotta be very careful, because like, look at that. I don't know what that is, but look, there's a little speckle of dirt there. That can do some serious damage. Man, you get something like that in there and you don't realize it's in the towel, and you're just going buck wily, polishing that thing down. Next thing you know, you see these little etch line going everywhere. Boy, it might something make you want to cry. I'm glad that exhaust cleaned out. I was worried about that. I was thinking about that all day. But black snow is pouring down there. It's about as, you know, it's not big, you know, big old flakes. It'll add up snow really fast. It's really fine, but there's enough of it coming down. It's starting to add up pretty good. But anyway, sure am crazy about this thing. And it's funny. I love you guys that have bought these, and you know, we'll talk about different bikes you have, and there's just something about these little classic 350s. It just, I don't know, gets under your skin in a very good way. Just so pleasing to ride. Shame I got all the dirt and stuff on it. But it's amazing the wet roads I've ridden on in this thing, and haven't done any worse than that. It's got some collection around the swing arm and stuff, but that's, you know, normal stuff. But it didn't fling it out all over the place, you know, like you think it would. Really happy how that plug and everything worked out on that. I'm going to do search and try to find a normal motorcycle cap, but and I tried to search, what is that little screw-on end cap called? You know, a lot of the plugs, that's on there, but you just grab it with a little pair of pliers. A lot of times you squeeze it hard enough with your finger and you can break it loose. And it's just it's just aluminum cap that's on there that's removable. But these plugs, a lot of automotive plugs, these plugs are actually plugs that work on some kind of a Ski-Doo snowmobile. But anyway, they're permanent on those. Those are not removable. Cannot unscrew them. I'm sure there's probably somebody that's already said something. You know, that comes off. Not on all of them. If it's aluminum, it comes off. If it's solid like these are, not coming off. It's a part of the, center electrode. But anyway, it all worked out. Plug wires didn't cost anything, and I got 3 more if something happened to happen to this one. But I would rather have the one that fits it. It has the angled tip coming out of it, so it's not making a turn underneath there. It's clearing everything, but still, who knows? It may be jostling around when you go down the road, and you don't want your plug wires touching anything, ideally. But if you look at motorcycles, they're wrapped in there all kinds of different ways. That's more of a old wives' tale than a reality. If your plug wires get old, they can leak, and then that'll be a problem. But it's going to jump across whatever anyway. But yeah, you look at modern motorcycles. Well, most of them now have, the cap is the coil, so that's kind of a wash anyway. But anyway, glad that all worked out with that exhaust pipe. I was worried about that thing. Man, just something that simple could mess something up. I want to hurt my little gal. Not this early. Well, hello there, you do. Man, after 5.5, 6 hours, Kelly comes walking in the house with a completely snowed over controller. It says, "Do you know that's sitting outside there?" And I can see a little green light glowing through the snow. Oh my Lord. Yep.
He's trying to do the freeze test.
The nice thing about it being so cold in the snow, you can blow it off or brush it off.
Yeah.
We got a real soft paintbrush thing that kind of comes to a point, on both sides. In the center, it kind of goes to a point. Wipe that and whoosh with a small little hand blower from Milwaukee, and it just blows all the snow off. Then, whatever, once you bring it inside, you always miss stuff, so it's a little wet. So they sit there and dry. They got to be completely dry before I put the RC cars in those dust covers, because there's no air coming out the top. It's a little hot box, that thing.
That wouldn't be good.
Glad I realized and investigated what that smell was, and was able to wipe the majority of that off while it was still hot.
Yeah, you're lucky.
And that Neverdol I don't think I even told you, it knocked it right off.
Yeah, that's what you said.
It took a little work to get it off. There was little pieces that I missed, but it's got like a lubricant in it, so it does really well.
Yeah, that stuff works great.
Yeah.
That lasts forever.
Yeah. There's one of those cans in there that's probably 15, 20 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, really old. And it's 3/4 full.
Yeah, still works.
Yeah. But anyway, it's 23 instead of 18 like it was last night.
Yeah, it's better. Still cold.
I don't think you notice the difference between 18 and 23. There's 5 degrees. You just don't. When it's that cold, it's just cold.
It's just cold.
Biting cold.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, On that. Oh, and the snow kept going to, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches out there.
Yeah.
It,
Everything's white.
Yep, everything's white and it's under snow and probably won't dry out for several days.
Yeah, because it's not going to warm up.
Yep. It'll just have to evaporate slowly. But
Yeah.
on that, we're going to bounce.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, and you guys have an amazing Sunday or Monday.
Heck yeah. All right. Appreciate you watching.
See you in the morning.
See you tomorrow. Thanks now.